Good morning. My name is Miriam Peralta, and today I'm presenting the novel by Herman Melville called Billy Bob Sailor as part of Unit 2 in the subject American Literature. Herman Melville was an American writer born in 1819 who began writing Billy Budd towards the end of his life, but died in 1891 before completing it. So Billy Budd Sailor was published posthumously in the 1920s. The novel opens with a scene in which Billy is forced into military service against his will. Billy is taken from a ship called the Rise of Man, named after Thomas Paine's book, and he is forced to sail in the Indomitable, also known as the Bellipotent. His antagonist in this story is Claggart, the Master-at-Arms, who constantly subjected Billy to all sorts of atrocity and cruelty until Billy killed him by accident. Billy was charged, condemned to death, and finally hanged. The story is allusive of the political turmoil of the time, during which is set in the context of the French Revolution. The hero, the young sailor, Billy himself represents the spirit of rationalism brought out in the French and American revolutions. As the story unfolds, one can very well sense the conflicting forces bringing war with each other, Billy and Claggart. The conflict between good and evil in the short novel Billy Budd can be interpreted in terms of the conflict between innocence immaculate and native depravity characterized by Billy and Claggart respectively, and in such sense, my thesis statement is, in Billy Budd Sailor by Herman Melville, Billy's goodness and Claggart's evil are allegories to man's natural innocence and corruption. In depicting Billy, Melville has an interest in beauty, and he too suggests that it often reflects a kind of spiritual purity in opposition to the evil conveyed in the character of Claggart. On a simple level, Billy is clearly characterized as a pure, innocent character, while Claggart is very evil-based. I've chosen certain extracts from the novel which will help you follow my thesis statement, and the pages refer to the version by Melville provided by our teacher Maria Jose. The clash between Billy and Claggart is shown as a confrontation of absolute good and absolute evil. The Master-at-Arms, Claggart, is considered to be incarnation of evil, innate evil. It is rightly expressed thus on page 35, which reads like this. Now something such as one was Claggart, in whom was the mania of an evil nature, not engendered by vicious training or corrupting books or licentious living, but born with him and innate, in short, a depravity according to nature. Before taking aboard in the Indomitable, Billy Budd was in the merchant ship, the Rise of Man. Billy was considered there as a peacemaker, good soul, and the best man among the crew. The officer in charge of taking Billy to the Indomitable provides a right testimony for the goodness of Billy Budd. According to page 7, it reads, Anybody will do anything for Billy Budd, and it is the happy family here. You are going to take away the jewel of them. You are going to take away my peacemaker. Claggart, in contrast, can hide his evil nature and aberrant behavior temporarily, but he cannot have a total control of himself at times. Melville says that the evil in Claggart is like the sting appending to a scorpion, and he adds that God alone is responsible for such a creation. On page 37 you will find this extract from the novel. A nature like Claggart's are charged with energy, and such natures almost invariably are what recourse is left to it but to recoil upon itself, and like the scorpion for which the Creator alone is responsible, act out to the end the part allotted it. In another passage in the novel, Claggart persuades his men to set up a trap for Billy. Billy could have ignored such call, and he could have considered it busy, but he does go to the spot directed by the stranger. This is actually the beginning of inviting unwanted trouble. Melville makes here clear reference to Billy's innocence on page 40. Now Billy, like sundry other essentially good-natured ones, had some of the weaknesses inseparable from essential good nature, and among these was a reluctance and almost an incapacity of bluntly saying "no" to an abrupt proposition not obviously absurd, on the face of it, nor obviously unfriendly, nor iniquitous. Then, when Captain Beard calls Billy to the cabin to hear Claggart's charges face to face, Billy is unable to speak as his stammering overpowers him. In such moment, in the face of evil, unable to bear the false charges, unable to speak even a word, his indignation takes hold of an immediate but rash action, and it reads, the next instant, quick as the flame from a discharged cannon at night, his right arm shot out, and Claggart dropped to deck. Billy never thought that such an immediate reaction on the object of indignation, which is Claggart, would be fatal. But it did turn out to be so. Thus the incarnation of evil, Claggart, dies in the hands of Billy Budd. Towards the close of the story, it is found that Captain Beard, not long after the execution of Billy, gets fatally wounded, and when he approaches the last moment of his life, he breathes only the name of Billy, claiming Billy's innocence. He was heard to murmur words inexplicable to his attendant. Billy Budd, Billy Budd. That these were not the accents of remorse would seem clear from what the attendant said to the indomitable senior officers of marines who, as the most reluctant to condemn of the members of the Drumhead Court, too well knew, though here he kept the knowledge to himself, who Billy Budd was. Finally, the battle between the natural innocence and corruption, the young foretopman and satanic master-at-arms, has come to an end. The tragic drama is over. Thank you.